Memphis. Guess what? Y'all asked for it. We fucking got it. We got it. We got the eviction man from hell. Yep, y'all asked about it. Y'all talked about it. Y'all cursed his ass out. Y'all did a whole lot of shit. And now I got him sitting here, y'all. This the eviction man from hell. On Facebook, he Warwick MC. Warwick.
What's going on?
What the fuck?
Right,
they hate you, man.
They really do.
They hate you. Why? Why you putting everybody out their shit? What's up with that?
You got to pay your bills, baby. You can't stay nowhere for free.
So all you non-bill payers, let's start with that. Pay your shit. Pay your shit. But the controversy, everybody's talking about it. Like, everybody's coming with the idea of that you are a bully when it comes to this. It's just like you just outright wrong. You cursing out women. You disrespectful. You got men want to square up with you. Like, fuck that shit. I don't give a fuck if he 3,000 miles. I take that trip to come whoop his ass. Like, you got people waiting. I mean, and he's still waiting, y'all. But, like, what is that about? What's going on when you get to these people's house?
Yeah, I mean, when you pull up to somebody's house and you trying to evict them, it's already a hostile situation. So, I mean, I pull up to the house the same way every time with the same attitude. I try to keep it calm and cool because I know what's going on. But when them bitches and hoes get to flaring, that's when I go south.
Okay. Disrespect.
Yeah.
Y'all know we fucked up at the mouth in Memphis. So, you know, I ain't gonna be too many of your bitches and your hoes. I mean, Flatfoot, I don't give a damn where I'm at. I ain't gonna be too many of your bitches or your hoes. So, at the end of the day, I mean, he letting you know, when you're disrespectful,
yeah, it's gonna pop off.
It's gonna pop off. It's gotta pop off.
Yeah, as long as you cool, I'm cool.
Okay, and we get that. Right. We get that.
Right.
So, and people just automatically just saying you just being disrespectful.
Right.
Give us kind of like an idea of, you knock on the door, does the disrespect come from you first or does it come from them first?
Oh, it's 100% them. When I knock on the door, I always say I'm with ASAP Process Service. The landlord has hired me to evict you. And, you know, for the first 30, 45 minutes, it might be cool. You know, they might be trying to get a U-Haul and so forth. But if ain't nobody answering the phone for them, or ain't nobody pulled up to help them out, and I tell my crew, come on, let's get started, the first thing come out their mouth, don't touch my shit. And when they get to talking like that, and I explained to them, I said, you know, you done had 90 days. I mean, at what point are you going to get it, you know? And it's like, no, you motherfucker better not touch my shit. Matter of fact, y'all get y'all ass out, or, you know, however it go, it's going south. Because at that point, we ain't going nowhere, and that shit coming up out of there.
I got you. So in other words, he telling us, some of you motherfuckers done had 90 days to get out.
Right.
Y'all done had 90 goddamn days to get out these houses. These houses y'all ass don't own, right?
Exactly.
Y'all don't even own the house. So, I mean, hey, call me devil's advocate, but I don't mean no harm. I own some shit. So, at the end of the day, I'm just saying, if you had 90 days to get out of my shit, you need to get the hell out. Not day 91, not day 92.
Or 95.
Or 95. He there to get you the fuck out. And
right.
Apparently from the videos, you ain't playing no games.
No.
So some people want to know, in like, real talk, have you had to fight when it come down to this type of job?
Numerous times. Numerous. See, people fail to realize that I just started recording. I've been doing this 12 years. So, I mean, it's not that I'm scared to fight on camera or something. It's just that I just so happen to catch the most recent ones where people are acting a fool, and, you know, I recorded it. I mean, I didn't have some people, I ain't gonna even say people, men, try me. And I didn't handle it.
Took care of that.
Yeah.
Take care of that.
They humble themselves.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, and, you know, the police come, and they had some, you know, pull a gun. Ask me, do they want to go to jail? Do I want to send them to jail? I tell them, no, I'm cool. Get your stuff. We can roll. You know.
Okay. So it's not always to the point where you're trying to send somebody to jail or just be in the midst of shit. That's
yeah, cause at the end of the day, interfering with process service work is a crime, and you know you liable to go to jail for it.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's just a heads up. I didn't know. So a heads up for y'all. That's a crime. And your ass will go to jail, so just know that.
And matter of fact, you know, when the police come, they ask us, you know, do y'all want them to stay out here on the curb? Because technically you're supposed to stay out there on the curb until everything is out the house, and then you do a walkthrough. But you know, it just depends on how they act, and I might say, nah, they cool, they can help us get it out or whatever.
Okay.
But if they acting a fool, I'm like, nah, they can stay out here. When we get through, I let them walk through, and that's it.
Gotcha.
Lock your doors and roll.
Gotcha. Okay. Some people, and everybody has their opinion on why, but we've seen on some videos you carry a gun.
Mm-hmm.
So some people say you carry the gun to kind of encourage your bulliness, or you just really calling out somebody to try you.
You know, when I first started, I used to carry it all the time, but I stopped because it brought more attention and more aggressiveness. Cause like people are saying now, oh, you think you bad because you told a gun and this and that. I don't need that motherfucker. I ain't never pulled it on nobody.
So you gonna throw some balls?
Yeah, I ain't
never. He
never
Memphis, y'all. He's saying fuck that shit. Y'all can have the guns, but he will whoop your ass. That's what he's saying at the end of the day.
And people don't realize that how many problems we done had with dogs and stuff like that. So that's the main reason.
Okay.
That's the main reason. Pigs, all that. And I done pulled it on 2, 3. I tell man, get your dog. It's gonna be over with for him.
Gotcha.
But other than that,
it's not for people.
No.
So for all y'all,
I'm not trying to get no rabies or none of that. I don't want no dog. I don't want no dog touching me at all.
Look, lock your dogs up. Hide your kids, hide your wife, hide your dog. Get them the hell out the house. Whatever you gotta do, cause ASAP.
Matter of fact, I had one like that the other day. We went and did over there on Menanzas. Girl, she got the dog, big dog, just acting a fool at the door. She telling me to step back, which I stepped back, but I had the leash in my hand. I'm trying to give her the leash. She telling me to get off the porch. I'm like, I'm not finna get off no porch. Take the leash and take him and put him in the back. She act like it was just such a motherfucking problem.
Well, you didn't know what the fuck the problem was.
She wasn't ready to go.
Exactly. You was there to do something. She ain't fucking
That's what
go.
I told her. I said, put that motherfucker up, because we coming in, ain't finna be no point.
And I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
If I had a big dog and you came to put me out,
she thought we were gonna be scared. That's what she thought. She thought we were like, oh no, go get back in the car. No, you better get him.
Well, I let that big everybody know Bernard. If you know me, you know Bernard. I'd put Bernard on your ass. But then you got, okay, so something else I want to clear up, because some people feel some type of way about what you do, to where they say, people have said you don't even have emotion when it comes to this shit. Do you ever feel anything about putting people out?
Yeah. I do. Like I said, it's only a few videos. I've been doing this a long time. I mean, if you know, I can see who's genuine and who's trying to get over. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's families, you know, mothers that got a lot of kids versus somebody just saying, hey, I ain't going nowhere. So, you know, when it comes to them, I try to be as lenient as possible and help them out as much as possible.
What about the elderly? Have you ever had to evict the elderly?
No, I didn't have to evict the elderly. The old guy that everybody be talking about, he actually got to stay.
Okay. So if anybody saw the video, you had the older guy there. So make sure you go back on my timeline for people who are not familiar with the Eviction Man from Hell. Make sure you go back on my timeline and watch those videos, because these are some of the altercations that we're addressing. But another question we got from here, Damian Tate.
Mm-hmm.
He's asking, with the altercations being videotaped, are any of your actions planned?
No, never. To be honest with you, I got one of the easiest jobs in the world. Like I said, I evict people. If I walk up to the door and I've already been paid. If I walk up to the door and somebody say, "Hey, can you give me 30 minutes to get a U-Haul or to get my own stuff?" I'm gonna sit back and wait. I mean, like I said, that's the easiest money in the world. But if you end up playing, procrastinating, carrying on, we finna get that stuff up out of there. We ain't got all day to be sitting over there waiting on you. You like I said, you already had 90 days.
So everything is not a conflict when it comes to you, because you already know. I mean, I cannot just say it enough.
Mm-hmm.
You're an asshole.
Yeah.
You a bitch.
Right.
You insensitive.
Faggot.
You a
everything.
faggot. You unprofessional.
Oh, disrespectful.
You disrespectful.
Everything.
You ain't like Trick Daddy. You don't love the kids. Like a bunch of all that shit. Like
yes.
so, and that's what I said. I said, if nothing else, let me get you on here. Let's try to clear some of the smoke of how you work, the way you work, and at least give people the opportunity to understand or ask questions when it come down to what you do.
Right.
So some people feel like, based on the videos, when you walk up, it's just drama. You done caught people off guard. How far in advance did they have to know they had to move?
Well, I normally take it over there after they like a month and a half behind. And it normally takes the court process another month and a half. So, like I said, it equals up to about 3 months, maybe more, depending on if they have an attorney or not. If they tried to work something out in the process. See, sometimes they try to work something out. I'm just gonna give you an example. If you're a month and a half behind and you go to court and then you know continue with it, and then you and the landlord talk and you say, well, you owe me $4,600, I'm gonna give you $2,000 of it.
Okay.
And you know, we work out on the rest. But keep in mind that you still going forward with the other months plus what you owe.
So you're still stacking on the balance.
Exactly.
Okay.
So if they say they're gonna work something out with you and you may do right for 1 month, but then the next month roll around and you don't do what you say you're gonna do, that means that the agreement been broken again and it's time for you to roll.
So then here you come.
Right. Exactly.
The most hated eviction man in Memphis.
Yeah.
Then is now knocking at your door. So I know with the video, a lot of faces are familiar to some people as far as some of the people you put out. I mean, when walking around Memphis, does that not change your demeanor and how you move about Memphis, being that the videos are out now?
No, not really. I hadn't changed anything. I mean, majority of the people that so-called dislike me are out of town. You know, when I see people out and about, you know, they be like, you the dude? I'm like, yeah, that's me. Like, man, I respect you, man. You got a hard job. Like, yeah. That's just like today. I seen some folks, man, you know, they stopped me like, man, you the dude from Facebook. I said, man, you be going hard, man. You know, like, I'm not used to the attention. You know what I'm saying? Okay. I hadn't changed anything. I ain't hard to find. You know, I still do my same routine. So,
okay.
Yeah. The attention hadn't set in.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I think eventually it'll set in for you, because at the end of the day, your video is really, really it's getting a lot of views. It's going very viral at this point. So it's one of those things. So let's see. We got. I'm looking at some of these comments. Some people even questioning, why do you even post the stuff you're recording? You want to explain why you started posting that stuff?
Well, when I started posting it, it was more so as being funny. It's not about the person being evicted. It's about how the person acts when being evicted. It was more so of a shock thing. You know, when you tell somebody something and you visualize it versus seeing it, you know, you get a different response. Because, like, when I first told people that I had put the woman out in her house was nasty, when you see it, I mean, when you visualize, you like, oh, it's just some clothes or maybe some roaches or something like that. But when you see how somebody live like that, you be like, wow, that's crazy. You know,
I have to agree, because when I saw that video,
yeah,
and then y'all showed the video of actually going in the house, it was a different sense. Now, beforehand,
right,
I thought you was an asshole.
Right.
I thought you were disrespectful.
Right. And see that
I did.
The thing with the crazy lady, how it started was because the owner, he asked me to go over there because they had, for several months, they had been trying to get some pictures and because they wanted to sell the house. But she kept procrastinating, throwing them off. And I was like, why she won't let them in the house? You
right.
know, why I got to come? They were like, go over there and with the inspection lady, so that way she won't say none was stolen or none was missing, so forth and so forth. So, you know, they would call me and say, well, don't worry about it. She gonna let them in. So I ain't think nothing about it. Here come another week. Going over there. I'm like, man, look, we're gonna go on over there and check the house out and be through with it, whether she's there or not. So we got the locksmith and everything. So when we get there, the inspection lady had been over there several times because she had told us she was gonna be there, but then opened the door, but she was there. Because when we pulled up, the inspection lady said, that's her car right there. So I'm like, and she still won't let you in. So I'm knocking on the door, and she still won't come. I police knock. I'm beating it down. So I told the locksmith, I said, come on, open the door. He gets to picking on it. She opens the door. So I'm like, you heard us out here. Why you? She like, what y'all want? I'm like, come on, Miss Graham, you know why we here. We've been trying to get an inspection from you for several months. She said, well, my house ain't clean. Y'all can't come in. I said, no, that ain't how it works. You're not the owner. The owner wants to take some pictures, and he didn't hire this woman to come over here and do it.
Right.
It ain't no coming back. We finna come now. Plus, they need some new locks on the house. So she still, she put up a fuss. So I goes in the house. Oh, when I seen the house, my mouth dropped. I hadn't seen nothing like that.
My mouth dropped.
Exactly.
I was like, you have got to be fucking kidding me right now. As a home owner,
right?
If I was renting my home, and that's what was happening to my home, I probably would hire somebody.
And see the thing,
go in there and get them out ASAP.
She wasn't even late. She paid every month. She was not late. She was not late.
So what happened at the door?
$1,400. So when I go in, like I said, my mouth dropped. I called him instantly. Man, you not gonna believe what this house look like. He was like, what you talking about? I said, man, it's undescribable.
My viewer said, speak up a little bit.
I said, it's unbelievable. I said the inspection lady finna take the pictures and send them to you. I said, but you got to get her out of here. You have got to. She gonna cost you more money than what you want to spend on this house you trying to sell it. Okay. So, like I said, when you tell somebody versus seeing it, it's totally different. So while I'm talking, I'm walking through the house, I'm choking, gasping. I go outside to get some fresh air. That's when she slammed the door. So when she slammed the door,
so you actually did get in the house.
Yeah,
okay, because where we see the video at,
I'm outside.
You're outside the house.
So at this point, while I'm on the phone, she going off on me because I'm describing the house.
Okay.
Fuck you, bitch. Get the fuck out of my house. My house ain't nasty. I'm like, are you crazy? So at that point, like I said, I go outside to get some air. And when I go outside, she slams the door. Keep in mind, the inspection lady in the house.
Right.
So that's when I'm beating at the door, like, hey, open the door. Let the lady, get some air and, be able to get out. So that's when she opened the door. And we start, we Memphis, so we chicken.
Absolutely,
said,
I saw that.
Right, but see, the thing is, like you said, he started late. So at that point, I'm bitches, hoes. You not coming back in my motherfucking house. your sis. I mean, I'm everything. So that's when I started back to retaliate.
Yeah.
You know. So like I said, we going back and forth, and then my coworker, he pulls the phone out. So he pulled the phone out.
Okay.
He catches me in the process.
So that's pretty much where we come in at.
Exactly.
For what is going viral.
Right. Exactly.
We come in where all this stuff he just explained had already transpired. So,
exactly.
Yeah.
So
okay.
she asked me. She asked me for my where my life policy is. You know, she said she was gonna kill me. That's when they first come in. She said something about she was gonna kill me. Who got my life insurance policy? That's what I said. Your mammy got it. That's when I said your mammy got it. So and from that point, that's exactly when that started. Yep.
Okay, hold on. So we're gonna address a couple of these questions. We're gonna be able to go through everybody's questions because I got some of my goddamn self, and I'll be damned if I let y'all get y'all's in before I get mine. So just reading some of the comments, you got Taurus Tate who's saying you embarrassing people by putting them on social media. Then you got Sheila Jefferson that's saying that's how they live. If you don't have to go in their home, you wouldn't know how they live.
Mm-hmm.
So at the same time, she's saying you should always expect the unexpected. They still think you're full of shit too, though.
Yeah.
So you know,
I can deal with it.
I'm
not embarrassing nobody. They embarrassing themselves. Cause like I said, if you don't give me no drama when I pop up or whatever, then it ain't nothing to record. If you gone, it ain't nothing to record.
That's true. I mean, so in other words, you're saying because you've already been given an order before you actually show up at the door to evict them, you have the opportunity to leave. So at the point these things are transpiring, it's at the point to where you are beyond the time that the court is allowing you to be there. Are we clear? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay, so hopefully we cleared there, guys. So at the point, what he explained to me earlier was that his whole goal is to secure the house. What, am I right?
Yeah.
So he was explaining how he didn't give a fuck about anything else but the house. He didn't give a damn about your shit in there. None of it. He just gave a damn about getting in the house. Once his foot is in the house, he secured what his job is. But then this comment that was just made again by Sheila saying you're still being unprofessional. So what we'll do, I'm going to ask you to explain the process. Let's make sure these people are clear on this process. At the point the owner hires you and say, I want them out of my property, what happens?
As far as what talking about paying me, going over there to it, or what? I mean,
before it gets to the point of you even knocking on the door saying you have to get out right now, the owner hires you.
Oh, okay, to take the paper over there and notify.
Correct.
Yeah, like I said, it's normally about a month and a half. They behind. Well, I ain't gonna say month and a half because it's really 2 months because rent normally due on the 5th. So you basically about 2 months behind when I get there, and you've been given a warning to evict the premises if you don't plan on paying. I mean, you know how much you owe. So if you know what you owe and you can't afford it, then you need to be making arrangements to leave even before you go to court. So like I said, I'm not embarrassing you. You embarrassing yourself. If you don't give me no drama or don't be there, it ain't nothing to record. Because at the end of the day, regardless of what they say, people love drama. They love it.
He kind of got a point there.
They love
if you're
it.
not there, then he don't have anything to record. So at that, I mean, pretty much like he's been saying, and I'm gonna repeat it again. You're pretty much 2 months behind when he come and serve you, saying he will be back. And when he comes back, at that point, that's where that goes.
Let me say this too. Let me address this. The thing that people always, they so high strung up on as far as me being unprofessional. I still don't understand how professional I'm supposed to be, because at the end of the day, the landlord has begged and pleaded you to leave. And if you don't leave, that's being disrespectful within itself, because they didn't allow you enough time to stay there and get yourself together. I don't understand how I'm supposed to be professional when I arrive and you didn't have enough time. I don't get that. I don't understand how and why people so high strung on me being professional as to what common courtesy do I owe people when I arrive. Like I said, I'm not catching nobody off guard. You've been there long enough to get yourself together and leave.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's not like I'm coming when you a day late or 7 days late or 10 days. We're talking 90 days. 90 motherfucking days.
So that's
I mean,
the
how
same
much
way
time
if
do you
somebody
need?
owe you money
Yeah.
and told you I'll pay you when I get paid in 2 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, what kind of professionalism do you want from me?
I mean, hey.
Give me an example, please. I mean, what do you want me to say when I arrive if I tell you that I'm with such and such and it's time for you to roll and you give me a hard time? What kind of professionalism do you want me to keep? I mean, I don't get that.
So you got somebody on your side, DeAndre Bragg, he's saying people don't give a fuck about nobody's shit, but they own, especially if it's not theirs.
Right.
So, I mean, I can agree.
I'm gonna
Well.
say this too. A majority of the people that have a problem with what I do, either they've been put out, their mama been put out, or they know somebody put out. They be in their feelings. That's all it be.
I mean, it is embarrassing as
Yeah.
hell, though.
Yeah,
it's embarrassing as hell. So I can understand, like, somebody being in their feelings. I mean, hey, it's a fucking emotion. You got put out.
Right.
It's an emotion to be had.
I get that, but see, my thing is, it's not about being put out. It's about how you respond to being put out. That's where the recording coming in at. Like I said, I've been doing this 12 years. I done did 1,000 sit-outs. Everybody don't act like that. You know, they say it's about, I'm going to say they try to make it about race. No, we the only motherfuckers that put up a fight, ain't paid shit, ain't trying to move shit. We wait till the last fucking minute. Man, I done pulled up to 1,000 white folks' house. Man, them folks be in the process of moving, which I still get paid. Man, that's some of the easiest, that's some of the easiest money in the world.
What you say? They already walking it out.
Man,
We good.
I'm standing there just like this here. Go ahead, do you? Even though you still should have been gone, I'm getting paid. Do you? I ain't got no problem with that. What I got a problem with is, like I said, when I get there and I ask you, I tell you that who I'm with and why I'm there, and you say, well, I ain't going no motherfucking where. I'm gonna tell you another thing too, where problem come in at. If I come on, I don't care what day I come, a motherfucker always asking for more time. I can come on a Monday. Well, can you give me till Friday? If I come on a Friday, can you give me till Monday? Keep in mind, you done had 90 fucking days to leave.
Well, hell, honestly, Monday I need to get paid Friday. On Friday, ain't shit open on the weekend, so I need you to wait till Monday. So,
I don't care what day I come. It's always us, though. It's always us. I'm gonna tell you something. The one guy that did the video I did, you see, versus the other one, he the only one. Man, don't white folk, they ain't trying to tangle with me.
What about, so people had questions about the video that you had. You had the white guy that called you a nigger.
Correct.
He put the ER on it. It wasn't my nigga. It wasn't like, it wasn't like my nigga. I ain't going nowhere. He said, no, nigger.
Right.
I'm not going any fucking where, all that shit. So the video cut off when the sheriff came, and then we're going to address the sheriff as well after this question. But what happened with that white guy? Because I had someone to send me an inbox and say, can you ask him what happened with that white guy?
Okay, when I arrived to the house, he was the same way as the crazy lady. We beating on the door, and he wouldn't answer the door. So we went around to the back, came on in the house. He in there, shocked. Once again, I served him the papers the first time. So when I told him while we was there and stuff, he was ranting and raving. He started busting stuff in the house. Now, what people don't realize that, the owner of the house was his daughter. His daughter hired me to evict him, hoping that he would go to drug treatment. I don't know how that worked out or whatever, but the house had belonged to her grandmother. She had left it to her, and she allowed him to stay there, but he wasn't paying the bills and none because once again he was on drugs. So in the process of us moving and stuff, he started breaking a lot of valuables in the house. So I told him to stop. You know, get the belongings and take them outside. Whatever you gonna keep or whatever yours, go ahead and take it outside. So in the process, he broke something else. I said I had enough. So I snatched him, drug him across the ground, and throw him outside. If you notice, he don't have his shoes on or nothing. So once I secured the house, I told him, I said, you can't come back in here. If you come back in here, I'm going to whoop your ass. Now keep in mind, my job is to put folks out. I can't whoop people in the front yard.
He can't whoop your ass in the front yard, so just know that he's not going to whoop your ass in the front yard. But you can't come back in the house from what he's saying. Once you're out the house, you cannot come back in.
So in the process, matter of fact, that's the first video I recorded. Because like I said, I tell people all the time the stuff that I go through. So when I secured it, it was kind of funny. Because, you know, like I said, just if you listen to him talk, it's priceless.
Yeah, I listen.
So I thought about it, I said, let me grab my phone and record him. So that's when I started recording him and we talking and stuff and with the Jesus and the nigga, it was too funny. So, I mean, he calling the police, calling me a nigga and all that. And then the police officer pulls up. So at that point, that's when I cut it off, just go out there and talk to the police. And I said, you know, keep that same energy that you've been displaying. And he actually did. He like, this nigga such and such, so you know he talking like that. Dude, then they took him to jail.
Okay, so end of the story. For the viewer who was asking about that, I saw you are on and you are watching. Mm-hmm. That's pretty much what happened. That guy went to jail. Mm-hmm. So somebody else on here, I can't scroll all the way back up the comments, but somebody else made a comment about you doing something different from what the sheriff actually does. What's the difference in what you do versus the sheriff? Yeah,
you can't compare me to a sheriff because a sheriff only comes out there and stands out there. They don't lift anything or touch anything. They gonna come out there, sit in the car, and you gonna have to move your own stuff.
So you still gotta get out with the sheriff sitting there. So the difference between you and the sheriff, then, what I'm getting from it is you are actually a server and you remove the items from the home.
Correct.
So the sheriff won't touch anything. They're just gonna force you to put your hands on your stuff. And that's pretty much how they have to get out.
Yeah, the sheriff is not going. I don't know where they get that from. You know, that's another thing that gets me boiling is when somebody tries to tell me about my job or try to tell me the law. I done pulled up on houses. Like, you can't put me out. You got to be a sheriff. I'm like, how the fuck you come up with that? You know the law, but you don't know the law to get your ass out before I get here. Or the sheriff get here. That's what be killing me. I'm like, you know all this, then why the fuck are you still here? Why are you still here if you know everything?
Because the sheriff didn't pull up. That's what they knew. So another question, man, they got jokes. You have got to go through this thread. This is over. Like, they got jokes for real. Another thing somebody asked, and it really is a good question, I guess, at the end of the day. When it come down to recording some of these evictions that you do, the people that are being recorded, their protection, their embarrassment, what about that?
Nothing. They put themselves in this situation. Like Pops, I don't even know why they saying I'm disrespecting Pops. Now that was funny to me. I wouldn't give a fuck what you say. I'm gonna tell you, when I served Pop the first time, he was funny. He said, when I knocked on the door, I'm gonna start from the beginning with Pops. When I came up there, he said, "What you want, nigga?" I told him who I was, and you know, he said, "Why the fuck my sister want to take me to court?"
Oh, so that was his sister's property that you were removing him from.
They said he on drugs.
Okay.
And He was selling everything out the house that wasn't glued down.
Oh, okay.
So
that's grounds for leaving, y'all, regardless.
Right. So she wanted to evict them out of their dad's house. So that's why he said his nephews. Those were his nephews that were there taking his stuff out. So when we came, he was like, "Y'all need to get the fuck up out of here." I was like, "Chill out. You got to roll. You know what I'm saying? Your sister my sister can't evict me and such. I said, well, I ain't got nothing to do with it. I've been hired to do a job. So he's like, that's all right. I'm gonna call the police. You done stole my money. I said, oh damn.
I saw that it went from him being evicted to you done stole some money.
Yeah.
And some more stuff. And I was like,
He said I stole $300 off the dresser. If you listen to him talk to the police, like I said, I come with the same line. I explain who I am and why I'm there. He told the police he didn't know why I was there. Some big black man. He looked like he about 90. I
saw the. I'm telling y'all got to go back on this timeline and watch this video. I understand that some people feel some type of way about it. You feel it's
But see, they say I was disrespectful. I never said anything wrong to him. If you look at the video, please go back and look at the video. I never cussed him, called him out his name. I never did nothing but just hold the phone. Because like I said, when the police come, at the end of the day, they got a job to do. If somebody say that somebody stole something from them, they got to address it.
It's got to be addressed.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Regardless of me being a process server, I am in the house. I got access to everything. So if they didn't told that man I done stole $300, shit, they got to, they got to do their job.
Right, they gonna check.
Yeah, they're supposed to. I ain't got no problem with this. So I'm really just trying to, protect myself, which I thought was fun. When he said I was 90, I died.
Yeah, he was like, no, I'm not 90.
So then when the people started, that's when I really it really was just entertaining. Oh, you disrespect the old people. I'm like, what did I say to disrespect the old man? Now the dykes and the crazy lady, I'm cool with them saying that, but the old guy, I ain't do nothing to him. I ain't say nothing to him or nothing.
So when it come down to what you do, about how many threats do you say you get on a daily basis?
I can't even count that high. I can't
even count that high.
Yeah, I can't count that high. I done lost count.
Is it Memphis or it's not Memphis?
No.
Okay, so at least Memphis has some kind of heartfelt spot for he doing his job apparently, because it's not mainly from Memphis where the flack is coming from. I think more the lip is coming from Memphis.
Memphis people really don't have a problem with what I do because the majority of the people live here in the city. So we know the eviction rate, the foreclosure, how grimy we can be, so forth. But majority of the folks be from out of town, they just be talking. They kill me talking about, oh, you can't come to our city with that. Shit, if they pay me enough, I will. I have the folks say, if you try that with me, I'm gonna kill you. Man, stop. You can't know about Memphis, period.
So how many fights would you say you've been in? Now, and I know you've been doing this for 12 years. Right. So out of 12 years, how many fights would you say you've physically been in that was surrounding what you do?
I've been in a few. I ain't gonna call them number, but I've been in a few.
More than 5?
Yeah.
More than 5? More than 10?
Yeah.
More than 10?
Yeah.
Out of 12 years?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've been in a lot. Yeah.
You've been rumbling in the jungle.
That's why I said I ain't got no problem with.
You've been rumbling in the jungle.
Listen to me. That's why I said I don't have no problem with the smoke that they bring at all.
Wow. So when it come down to the overall thing, well, before I get to my last question, down to one of my last questions, some people scrolling your timeline, I gotta ask because I've seen it. You got Facebook people want to know: gay, straight, married, widowed, divorced. What are you?
None of the above.
None of the above.
None of the above.
None of the above, guys. So it's just like, hey.
Yeah, I ain't getting into nothing personal.
Nothing personal. So
nothing.
What you know It's just what you know.
Right.
So all the ladies keep guessing. Keep guessing. Because you asked, I asked. And guess what? We ain't got nothing there. It is what it is.
Right.
So I tell y'all what, we're going to wrap this up. And I appreciate you guys tuning in with us. But me and him going to continue this interview. I got some more stuff to ask him. But we're going to stop this live. And we're going to record and we're going to put the rest on YouTube. So make sure you go to YouTube. I Talk Memphis at YouTube. And we're going to upload the rest of the video. Because we're going to get a little bit more grimier. And Facebook ain't going to be able to handle that. So I appreciate y'all tuning in. And look for the rest on YouTube. Go subscribe.